What is up, guys? Jake from OneHive here with our fourth and final celebration video for 50,000 subs. And before we get into this, I just want to thank you guys again. It's just such an enjoyable thing to produce these videos for you guys. How much appreciation you guys show me, and how I know it affects your gameplay, your clans. Just countless comments and messages you guys have sent me telling me that it just made it so much more fun and so many more wins for your clan, turned your clan around, all those type of things. Just putting out there some of the techniques, and you guys taking it and running with it. So that's what I love to hear. That's what keeps me going. So thank you to all of you guys who have supported me. Who knows how long this thing will continue. Someday it'll be over. Someday I'll either burn out or Clash of Clans will just become irrelevant. But in the meantime, I'm going to keep producing videos. Hopefully you guys will continue to enjoy them. But in this one, I'm just going to do a history of OneHive raids. A little bit about myself, my history personally, and then in the game, my history and sort of the channel's history. Some of this is going to be old for you guys, some of you that listen to the podcast and things like that, but I think a lot more people will hear this than listen to the podcast, and probably some of it will be new to them. So sorry for you guys that have heard some of this stuff. Maybe there'll be some things that you haven't heard, and hope that guys that have not heard it yet enjoy the sort of the background and also the attacks that were rolling in the background during this. My name really is Jake. Someone asked me that in the comments, not too long ago, if that was really my name. It is Jake. I'm from Arkansas, small town called Mountain View, and I am 34 years old. I'll be 35 in November. I am on my second marriage. My first marriage had a beautiful little girl from, so no regrets there. Just a thing that we couldn't get along. It happens, but love my daughter. Get to see her. She lives just about 45 minutes away. Get to see her every chance I get. And in the summertime, I get her, weeks at a time. So that's what's happening right now, and I'm really enjoying that. I went to a small liberal arts school in Arkansas, a school called Lyon College, and really had a good time there. That's where I met my current wife, actually, and we dated a lot through college. And I got a degree in biology, pre-med, and didn't know what I wanted to do, but decided on optometry school. I thought I wanted to do something in the medical field, and that seemed like a good choice for me, and went to a year of optometry school after graduation, and it just wasn't for me. I was still in college mode. I was still having a good time, and that's really not the place for that when you're in a graduate school type situation. So that didn't work out. Came back home, took about 3 or 4 months and just thought about what I really wanted to do, and got hooked up with a guy that was in the insurance business, just like a, home and auto type insurance. Hated it, did not enjoy it at all. Did that for a short time. Then I decided I would go back to optometry school. Went and talked to them about that. They wanted me to do some more undergraduate classes. Did it for a little bit, got tired of it, and again just realized that more schooling was not what I wanted to do. So then I came back and got hooked up with another guy that was in the investment side of sort of insurance investments, and enjoyed it much more. Helping people with retirement, retirement accounts, 401ks, IRAs, things like that. And that's still what I do today. Been doing it for the better part of a decade, and really enjoy it. It gives me some of the free time that I have to do the channel and stuff like this, or spend time with the family, whatever. Sort of a pretty laid back schedule. The upside to that is obviously, you get to do what you want to do, work when you want to work. The downside is, if you're not working, you're not getting paid. So I do have some good free time from it, but again, it's something that when you own your own business and you're doing your own thing, it's not like there's a steady paycheck coming every Friday or anything like that. But I do enjoy it. I've been playing games my whole life. I can remember some of my memories went from my brothers and stuff. I have 2 brothers, by the way, both older. We play video games some growing up. We were into sports and into outdoors. I like to hunt, things like that. But especially my middle brother, video games was sort of the bond that we had. Is what we did together. So even to this day, sometimes if we're not playing the same video game, I don't talk to him nearly as much as I do if we are into the same game. So always play video games, and I think a lot of you guys probably know by now that I have an MMO background. A massive multiplayer online game, EverQuest 2, and I played it for the better part of a decade on and off. I'd play it for two or 3 years at a time. I'd take a year break or a 6-month break. I'd come back to it, and it was just a great game. Played it very competitively, high-end rating, 24 people playing together, trying to take out, monsters and stuff, and really enjoyed it. It just got to the point where I knew that the game was over and was going to move on, and somehow, I don't even know how, I picked up Clash of Clans. It got downloaded to my iPad, just something to do to pass the time, and I liked it immediately. I remember even when I was still playing some EverQuest 2, telling those guys I was playing with, you guys really need to check this game out. I'm having a lot of fun playing it. Obviously, they didn't, but I just sort of went with it when I finally hung it up for good on EverQuest. I mean, I played it a lot, and I joined a clan. I didn't know, for the longest time I played solo, like most new players do. I didn't know anything about clans or really anything about the game. I was just leveling up, doing my thing. I think I rushed through like Town Hall 4 or 5, just ridiculous. Didn't know, no walls, didn't upgrade all my defenses, all those things that new players do. And I started watching a few YouTube videos, and I think at the time it was mainly Chief Pat, and I can't remember. There might have been Teach Boom Beach might have been doing some vids then. I can't remember. A few of those guys like that. And like most people, I thought, those were the guys that you listened to. Those were the guys that knew what they were talking about. So I took a lot of their advice, copied some of their bases, all that stuff. Before Clan Wars ever came out, I started saying, okay, I need to get into a clan. I knew you could donate and receive donations and things like that. So, and I knew I'd probably get some good advice or, at least learn some stuff from some people. So being from Arkansas, I just searched Arkansas, and there was a few clans that popped up, Arkansas clans, and one of them that had the highest cups, because again, there was no war at the time, no wins or anything like that. The highest cups I could find was a clan called AR number 1. Joined it up. Really cool guys. In fact, Tate from one of the elders here at OneHive was a guy that I met in that clan. Just happened to be in there. He's not from Arkansas. I can't remember exactly how he ended up there, but met him there, and just several cool guys. In fact, he still talks to some of those guys that are in that clan. They still play, and I think have a pretty good war clan at this point. But we met and just, having fun, just leveling up. We were, I think, Town Hall 5, Town Hall 6, somewhere in that range. And shortly after that, that clan merged with another clan called the Wild Goose. So we had a pretty full clan, pretty active clan. A lot of donations. Donations last like 2 seconds. It was great. And then Wars came out. And we were all excited, and it was fun, and it was new. And right away, I knew that I was wanting to be competitive at this. I wanted to take the war seriously. A lot of the guys in the clan didn't. They would miss attacks. I had worked my way up to, I think, even at one point, a co-leader in that clan, and I would boot people. I would just kick them out of the clan if they didn't do war attacks, but it was someone's brother or someone knew them in real life, and they'd get let back in. And this went on, and finally I remember that, Tate was also a co-leader at one point, and we talked a little bit. I think it was GroupMe or Line, whatever we were using back then. We talked a little bit, and finally one day I just told him, I said, I've got to find something a little more hardcore. And he was like, yeah, I do too. I can't, we're outgrowing this clan. Because they just weren't, not that they were bad, or they just weren't taking it seriously, and we knew we wanted to take it seriously. So I said, okay, let's start looking for a clan. You look, I'll look. And he found a few, and I found a few online. And the couple that I found were OneHive and Red Onslaught. And just looking, through the forums, the recruitment threads, just looking for someone saying, hey, we're hardcore. And those two guys were undefeated, basically said, yes, we take war seriously. If you don't do attacks, you're out of here, blah, blah, blah. All the things I was looking for. And it just so happened that Red Onslaught had a few more wins. I think like 2 more wins than they did. And I thought, okay, I'll go with the one with more wins. So I applied to them. Joined them in-game. Back then it was, you could go on the forums, but not everybody was getting a lot of applications from forums and stuff like that. So I just joined in-game. And they accepted me, and this was in the days of everybody was doing hog attacks. You know, it was straight hog attacks. You pulled the heroes and the CC over to the side, you killed them, then you hogged the entire base. Didn't matter what the base design was, you just hogged it. And they asked me about my hogs. Yeah, I knew how to. I was town hall 8 at the time. I knew how to use hogs. My hogs were leveled up. You know, I had all the right things. And then they asked me, do you have Facebook? And I don't. And I said no. And immediately they kicked me. I mean, like, thanks for stopping by. You have been removed from the clan. And I was like, really? So it kind of upset me. I was like, you know, guys, come on. I guess it was like an age verification thing for them. I was like, you know, give me a chance here. You know, just let me talk to you or whatever. And they were just not having it, which I know some of those guys from, you know, Black Lodge and stuff now. It's cool. I mean, it's no hard feelings or anything, but they just weren't having it. I'm sure they were just trying to be, you know, get the best applicants they could. So I went over to OneHive, and they were full. They had 50 players. You could not get a spot. And so I joined 2.0. It was, you know, not full. And Nemo was over there, and they were doing a really good job as well. And I told Nemo from the start, you know, I said, look, even back then they weren't a feeder clan. But I told him, I said, look, I assumed you guys were a feeder. My goal is to join OneHive, because OneHive and 2.0 back in those days it's not like it is today. They weren't trying to be as hardcore then. It was more of a laid-back clan. They were still taking war seriously. You still had to do your attacks, but it was just a different atmosphere. And they openly admitted it. It was a place for people that wanted a more laid-back atmosphere, but still taking war seriously. So I wanted as hardcore experience as I could get, and I told Nemo that. He said, yeah, no problem. You know, do a few wars here. Let's check you out, and then we'll move you up. So did probably 8 or 10 wars there, and finally moved up to the main clan. And that's when it really, you know, I really realized how much I had to learn. I mean, some of those guys in there, of course, you guys know Rex to see, Wise Guy, Aiden. I hate naming people because I always forget people, but they were killing it. I mean, some of the best hog attackers I've ever seen in my life. And again, this was pre-update. Then the update came out, and obviously the things changed from there. Everybody was sort of reset back to square one. 2 stars on a you know, even a mid Town Hall 9 was a successful attack. But we were always scrambling. We were always fighting and trying to figure out a way to 3-star, even at that time. And we worked our way back up to it. And I worked my way up. You know, I went to the people that were good attackers, Rex to see mainly, and I said, hey, I want to learn this stuff. And I asked a lot of questions, and I did a lot of things, you know, watching replays and trying to figure out what was what. And finally, things started clicking for me, especially at Town Hall 8. You know, I was pretty confident and understood things. And along this time, a guy in our clan named Firelord Jono, who was a college student at the time, I think still is, did a few war recaps just out of the blue. I don't know where he got the idea from, but the people in the clan just loved it. You know, it was just something about watching yourself and your clanmates, people that you knew on YouTube, doing these attacks, and he would pick a few of his favorite attacks from the war and just give a little recap of the war. And like I said, the guys just went crazy about it. So much fun. I enjoyed it. And he stopped doing them. He said, look, guys, I just don't have time. I'm sorry. We would always be bugging him. You know, when's the next video? When's the next video? He's like, I don't have time. You know, I got a test, or I got a party I want to go to, whatever. And I got to thinking about it, because I was and am a bit of a night owl, and I had the time. You know, I said, look, I'm up for a few hours just farming, basically. I could do this. You know, I could make these videos. Would you guys want me to? And at the time, I don't think, I might have been an elder, but maybe not even an elder yet. I might have been an elder. I can't remember. And they said, yeah, you know, definitely, you know, go ahead and do it. So I started doing it, and it was, again, it was literally just for us. I never had any anticipation or aspirations of anyone outside of OneHive watching the videos. It didn't even occur to me that would be a possibility. It was just something for us to look back, enjoy, immortalize some of our attacks we were proud of, things like that. In the first, I don't remember how many, first 10, 15 videos probably, maybe not quite that many, but first several videos were just recapped. I did a recap every other day. That was it. That was the channel. And we had a lot of Town Hall 8s at the time, and Dragloon was pretty much the go-to at Town Hall 8 in that era. And Rex and I had, I was starting to help people with their attacks at Town Hall 8. And Rex talked to me one time and said, look, we need to make a video of how to do this, how to drag loon, and put it out there so when a new applicant comes in, we can give them the link to the video and say, here, watch this. Talk about, funneling your dragons and how to approach it and all that. And I said, yeah, let's do it. And he said, we'll just make it private. You don't have to put it out there on your normal stuff so people can see it. And I said, well, why don't we just put it out there? Maybe it helps somebody else. There was a little bit of a conversation about helping the enemy, but guys, you'd have to understand, I probably had 15, 20 subscribers, 30 maybe, and they were all but maybe a few in the clan. It was OneHive and 2.0 guys. That was it. It was only people that were subscribing or watching the channel. So there was never really a worry about someone outside the clan or an enemy clan, using it against us. So we went ahead and did it. And from there, it just sort of blossomed. In a very short time, I had people coming on the channel and on that particular video and commenting and letting me know how much they enjoyed the video, how it has helped them. Dragaloon made sense to them all of a sudden. And it sort of kind of clicked in my head that when I started looking for YouTube videos and searching things out, what I wanted was to be taught, and it wasn't out there. There was nobody saying, here's how you do this, drawing it out. And back then I didn't even have, the videos were a lot rougher. I was drawing on my iPad on a picture and recording it. The quality wasn't there, but the concept was of actually teaching someone, breaking down an attack and teaching them the proper way to do it. And again, me searching for it beforehand and not finding it, I knew that thirst for knowledge was there pretty early on. So that's when it really took off, and I would get, all of a sudden I was getting 5 subscribers a day, and then I had 100 subscribers in not too long, and then the next thing you know, I was getting 10 subscribers a day, and it just snowballed to the point where at one point I was getting 500 subscribers a day. It really spread throughout the war community, and everybody seemed to really embrace it and enjoy it and tell their clanmates about it. And it's been a fun experience. It really has. It's changed my life, really, because I spend so much time doing it now, and for the foreseeable future, I think I will. So it's really been interesting, and the way it came about, I think, was interesting, because again, I didn't set out to be a YouTuber. I didn't set out to be known or to make money or anything like that. It was just about showing the guys some videos, some attacks, and to teach a few of our new recruit stuff. And it turned out to be teaching a lot more than just our recruits. But who knows? Who knows how big this thing will go? I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing as long as you guys continue enjoying it and watching the videos and telling your friends about it and telling your clanmates about it. So thank you for 50,000. Here's to the next 50. And really do appreciate it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the little background story and the attacks rolling in the backs here. And just thank you. Really appreciate it, guys. Back to business as normal now. Probably won't do anything like this again until 100,000. So I will see you guys then. Till next time, Jake from OneHive reminding you guys to suck less.